Hi guys, it's just Anna and welcome to Book Talk. Today we'll be talking about the third book in the Selection Trilogy, one by Kiera. I love this cover. I think it's beautiful. It's kind of like a spoiler because it's kind of like the one, and it's America Singer in a wedding dress. So, what do you expect to read about? Oh, I don't know. A wedding, maybe, I don't know. Oh, the one is the third book in the Selection Trilogy. If you do not know what the Selection Trilogy is, I have made a review on the Selection and the Elite, which I will link right here so you can go check that out. First, I will do a non-spoiler review, and I will warn you when the spoilers will come, so don't worry. First of all, I wanted to say that this was an amazing conclusion to an amazing trilogy that marked my heart, and I will love this forever, and I will read this so many times. I am planning to reread this so soon. I don't have a physical copy of the one, unfortunately, but I'm planning on getting one soon. But I was so excited after the Elite to go straight into the one, and I didn't have it, and I was so frustrated. I was like, I need to know what happens, and I had to read it online, but it's okay. Everything's good. I'm very sad that everything's over. This is the last book. Even though there's another one coming out in May, I'm still very nostalgic about this. It was so sad to let go. Even if there's another one coming out in May, it's still the end of Maxon and America's story, and it's just so heartbreaking. I have no thoughts on this book because I'm speechless. But I will do my best. I will try to do my best. So I was so nervous getting into this because I had no idea what was going to happen. So many loose strings were at the end of the Elite that I don't know how Kiera was going to tie them all up together in such little space. I was so nervous that we weren't going to be able to see everything come together, but Kiera is a genius, and she does an amazing job at tying things together in just one chapter. You can literally be at the end of the book and she just magically ties up everything together at the end. She is so good at doing that. We can completely hate someone one chapter and in the next chapter completely take a bullet for that same person. I don't know how she does it, but she's amazing. There were so many ups and downs. My heart was broken and patched up with each chapter. The feels shot through the roof. There was 8 chapters to finish, and things were still not tying together. I was so nervous. Nothing was wrapping up, and I was so scared. Things were just in ashes, and there was such little left of the book. But I'm very satisfied with the end of this book. I'm so grateful I read this trilogy. I can't believe I marathoned this. I never marathoned a series. Loads of things happened. So many more characters were included, new characters. The character development in this book was crazy. So much character development. Kiera once said that her books were like the junk food version of literature, and I think that's so true. It is junk food, and in a very good way. That's it for the non-spoilery part. If you haven't read the Selection and you're still doubting on reading it, I really recommend it to you. You should read it. It's worth the try. It's worth reading. I think these books are amazing and you have to pick it up. They're so quick and easy to read. I think you would really enjoy them. Just be really patient with the main character. I beg you. So now I'm going to go into the spoilers. So bye. If you haven't read the book, pick it up. Please go pick it up. Bye. Okay, spoilers. I'm an emotional wreck because of this. Here we go. I think America grew up a lot in these books. Like in the Selection and the Elite, I felt like she was a child. And this one, she still made bad decisions, but she didn't make as much bad decisions as she did in the Elite, where she was a wreck. In this one, there was a lot more character development, a lot more honesty, a lot more decision making. Sometimes she broke loose, but I felt like she was really tied together and finally found herself. It just broke my heart several times, and every time I would patch my heart up, Kiera would just rip the band-aid off. Rip it off. So at the end of the Elite, America finally decides that she wants Maxon, and she's gonna fight for him. She's like, okay, I want Maxon. Yes, he's my goal. I'm gonna fight for him. First chapter of the one. Somehow I would have to fix that. I couldn't see a life for me that didn't include Aspen. Even now, as I hope Maxon would choose me, a world without Aspen felt unimaginable.
I went into this like, you just said you'd fight for him at the end of the Elite. What the heck? she's still doubting herself.
At the beginning, we also see America. She gets this card from May saying that they're aunts because her sister Kenna had a baby. And I don't know, that brought me a lot of joy. I love the name they picked for the baby, Astra. I think that's a really beautiful name, and I love that name. And I hope she comes out in the air. The whole thing about America winning Maxon's trust back after she screwed up a billion times, I agree with that 100%. I think America should win his trust back. But America, of course, instead of taking advantage of the moments they had together, no. She decided, oh, I'm gonna seduce him. Because the king convinced her that other girls were making advances toward Maxon in physical ways. So she was like,
what? No. I have to step up my game.
So she tries to act like Celeste. So she goes off to be really slutty, which was hilarious. But that's not the way to do it. That's not the way to do it, America. And I saw a picture on Instagram that described this moment perfectly. Yeah. Exactly. That's exactly what it was. But I thought it was hilarious when she walked into the dining hall and everyone just
looked at her, and Maxon just stopped chewing. Someone dropped a fork, and Chris was all like, you look trashy. And she was like, jealous much?
Priceless. Look on Maxon's face and how he was like, you should take that dress out more often. Maxon had this plan to make America the favorite again so she could be on the king's good side and get the king off their backs, which I totally agree with, and I thought it was so generous because Maxon is always thinking about America, always. I don't know how he deals with her. If I was Maxon, I would have dumped her years ago. He just is patient. I don't know how he does it. The part where all the girls were at the window checking out the guards while they were running laps, I thought that moment was perfect. Because even though you're taken, it describes perfectly that even though you're taken, your eyes aren't. You can look at a guy. It doesn't mean you're cheating on your boyfriend. You can look at someone and be like, that's an attractive dude. It doesn't matter. And I love that the girls do that and they realize what the heck, we could look at guys. And how Aspen was there all muscly and running laps, and I was blushing in that moment. And of course America had to ruin it by saying that,
oh, Maxon looks as good without his shirt on as any of those guys.
Another secret revealed. She is so winning Maxon's trust back. But I like that she told Maxon that she revealed his secret before the other girls did. She realized that she had to. Honesty. Honesty is the best policy. Even though America is the queen of bad decisions, she grew a lot, and there was a lot of moments where I bowed down to her and I was like, finally, a good decision. I really loved the characters that were included, August and Georgia. I thought their characters were really cool. And Spencer Ilea, which is George Ilea's brother, how he escaped and had children. No one knew about it. So August is Mr. Ilea's great grandchild, I guess. And I thought that was so cool that added into this story. I felt like a lot more of the dystopian world was explained with that, and how Georgia was there. I loved Georgia's character. She was so quirky and fun and just hilarious and sarcastic. When we go back to Aspen, every time Aspen would try to tell America that he didn't love her anymore, America would just shut him up because she thought that he was gonna confess his love for her again. But no, he was trying to tell her that he didn't love her anymore, which is so obvious. She would cut him off every time and be like,
no, not now, I don't want to talk about this now, later.
Just do it now, get it over with. But Aspen of course obeyed and be like, oh, okay, next time. I love you. Literally took forever to say. It was so frustrating. Every time when she finally realized that she loved him, I was like, woo, finally. But of course, America keeps it to herself. She's like, yes, I love him, but I'm not gonna tell him. And there was this on and off battle between them. Neither of them wanted to say it first, and they were both acting so childish. I was like, just say it. Those 3-letter words would have saved so many fights.
Ugh, they were so stubborn.
Celeste. I never thought she would change. but I loved the character development she had. It was fantastic. Like I said in the non-spoilery part of this video, how you can hate someone in one chapter and take a bullet for that same person in another chapter. Kiera Cass is a genius, and I was so in love with Celeste. Her character changed so much, and it made me her #1 fan. I loved the way she opened up and told America everything about how she really felt about this, and how in her life, when she becomes a certain age, she won't be able to work anymore and nobody will love her anymore, that she's just like an object. And America totally understood that and told her that she didn't need a man to live her life. I wanted to hug Celeste, and it felt so heartwarming. And she apologized to all the girls, all the crazy things she did to them in the past books. And now all of a sudden she was on Team America, and she was fully supporting America. And every time America would do something with Maxon, Celeste would just wink at her, and I thought that was so perfect. And how Celeste warned Maxon that if he hurt America, she would make him cry. I love that part. I love her. Team Celeste forever. The sisterhood that was formed in this book was amazing. I loved it so much. Every time there were sisterhood moments, I would be so happy, and just the smile on my face could not get any bigger. Even though I really don't like Chris, I really like the sisterhood that they had. It just makes me want to see what that friendship is going to be like in the future. Like the Queen said, that these girls are going to be your best friends in the future. They're going to be the first ones on the guest list, the first ones for everything. So I can't wait to see their relationship in the future. I hope it comes out in the air. I really hope it does. When they were taking pictures with the Queen and just giggling and making funny faces and just being girls, I love that moment so much. I felt like crying. And how the girls asked Maxon for the camera, and when he came to give it to them, I was like, what are you guys doing? I want to see. And they were like, no, go away, no. I thought that was so perfect. I loved it so much. I really enjoyed that. When America came up with this brilliant idea, and by brilliant I mean horrible, to escape the castle with Maxon with her, I don't know, secret ex-lover guard, to see the rebels for a 2-second conversation. A 2-second conversation. This was such a bad idea, but she ended up getting shot in the arm, and I was like, what? So she escapes with a short arm. She runs, but doesn't get very far, and she runs into this girl called Paige. This random girl just appears.
Hey, what's up? Just strolling around the city. Oh, you're shot there. Nice. What'd you do?
America is literally shot, bleeding, in pain. Oh, and this girl just, instead of helping, is telling America her whole life story, her problems, her mistakes. I just don't understand that. What is she doing? What is she doing? She wouldn't shut up. I'm literally sitting here reading, worried to death that the main character just got shot, and this girl is blabbering her mouth off. Blabbering and blabbering. She's blabbering her mouth to the shot future Queen of Ilea, but of course they take her back to the castle with them and gave her a job, which is really kind of cool. But I still didn't get that whole scene where she just told her whole life story and America's sitting there shot. I'm like, that was so irrelevant. When we finally get to this beautiful day together, that America and Maxon had this beautiful day together, I was so excited. I was like, I hope nothing goes wrong. Everything's so perfect. And Maxon takes her to the roof and they dance in the rain, and they're totally honest with each other and they tell each other everything, except of course about Aspen. And it was a perfect moment. And that's when she realized that she loved him, but of course didn't tell him. The convicting, I was so nervous about the convicting. I knew she wouldn't be able to pull it off. I was like, it's gonna go wrong. She's gonna be like, yes, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. And when the day comes, she's gonna be like, no, I can't do it. So Maxon gives her this beautiful jewelry, like diamond bracelet, especially for her, practically like customized. Like he was like,
I know you like simple things, so I decided to give you this bracelet. It means a lot to me. I want you to have it and treasure it. And she's like, yes, Maxon, I will love this bracelet forever. It means so much to me. I will never sell it. Whatever happens, I will never sell this bracelet. It's mine forever.
So the convicting comes. Random thief, random guy tells her that, oh, I'm gonna be in jail for life. In America, of course, what?
No, here, take my earrings, take my necklace. Here's the bracelet that my future husband gave me. I don't need it. Go pay your debt to the king.
I can't with her. I can't be with her. I did not expect Chris to be a rebel at all. He's a total opposite of rebel. But I thought that was still like irrelevant. Didn't change anything at all. And she was just this rebel, but she still loved Maxon, so it was like no point. So the king is so effing annoying in this book. He was doing everything in his power to get America kicked out of the castle. So Maxon takes America to his room so he can show her what it's like to be in his shoes, which I thought was really cool. And she goes to his room and there's this beautiful wall of pictures of everything, of his parents, of his photography, of like the girls, and I loved that wall. I thought that moment was so beautiful and perfect, and they're about to confess to each other. But of course, moment ruined. America's dad, dead. What? Heartbreaking. The whole trip to the funeral was just heartbreaking, sad. Coda was an ass, and I couldn't stand him. But I loved Kenna. The conversation America had with Kenna was really good about how Kenna was telling her that Aspen can't be her safety net, that she has to go with her gut. And finally, she listens. So when America comes back, it's revealed that Maxon has kicked out Celeste and Elise, and there's only her and Chris left, which made me so freaking nervous because they announced that he was going to propose the next day, and she hadn't confessed the whole Aspen situation to him. I was crumbling there because I knew America still had to confess the whole Aspen situation. But that night, of course, Maxon comes to America's room, and it's the best scene of the book, when they just confess their love to each other and kiss, and he proposes, and I'm crying and dying in this part. I'm crying and crumbling at this point. And they're on their bed, they're making out, and that's when she needed to talk about the whole Aspen situation before he proposes. Right there, right then and there, she needed to tell him. But no, she waits to get caught in the hallway in Aspen's arms. Maxon can blow off the whole marriage thing. And Maxon was just like, I knew it, you're out of here, the marriage is off, I don't want you anymore, I can't believe you. And America's crumbling and crumbling and crumbling. And I'm America in the situation. I am crumbling. My heart is the last piece that was holding and gripping together was just, he had to get shot to realize that he can't live without her. The whole massacre at the end was so painful. The first thing, Celeste, look into her eyes. You make us love her, you make us want to take a bullet for her, and then you put an actual bullet through her head. We didn't even get a chance to mourn her because the whole thing was in 3 seconds. That whole scene was bam, 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 bam. I was flying through the book. 1 second, Celeste was gone. I was dying, crumbling, crying. Tears were falling out. I had to stop, put the book down, and gasp and hyperventilate, and I could not control my feelings. And Celeste, the king, the queen, dead, massacre. Everyone dies at the end. Kiera could have easily killed Elise. We don't care about Elise. But no, she went and killed off our new favorite character. I love the Lucy and Aspen relationship that came together at the end. I just knew something was going on. It was perfect and amazing, even though I was kind of heartbroken for Anne because I knew Anne liked him too, which was really bad and heartbreaking. But the wedding, The wedding was so beautiful, and how Marley and Aspen was there, and Aspen was walking her down the aisle. I love, 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 love this series. I'm sorry this review was so long. I just have a lot to say. I have a lot to say. I gave this book a 5 out of 5 stars, and it's on my favorite shelves. I love this book so much. I gave the selection 5 out of 5 stars, the light 4 out of 5 stars, and the one 5 out of 5 stars. May 5th, I'm ready for you. The Heir. I'm so excited but it's going to be so weird that we have to see Max in America in a different point of view, and how it's going to be weird seeing them older. They're going to be 40. If you read this book, please comment down below and tell me your favorite parts, the parts that broke your heart the most, everything. I want to discuss this with you guys. But I hope you enjoyed this review, and I'll see you next time. Bye! This book, I literally have no thoughts. In that precise moment, you had to kill the character. You had to kill the character. Team Maxim and American forever. They're in my heart and I'm not pulling them apart. I love them so much. Mexican and American. Maxim, be my boyfriend, please, please.